法网恢恢，疏而不漏。我是杨顺清，我是黄柏林。华视晚间新闻法网单元要为您掌握撼动台湾社会的重大刑事案件。
Hi, welcome to English Composition. I'm Michael Cheng, and I'm here today with Cher Chen.
Hi, 大家好，欢迎来到英文作文课程，我是 Cher。
All right, today our topic is likes and dislikes. We're going to learn about how to write about some things that we like and we dislike, and we're also going to learn about how to use conjunctions in order to write compound sentences.
好，今天的主题呢是人的喜好。我们将学习如何写出我们的喜好，而且我们也会学习如何使用连接词来写出复合句子。
All right, so let's start by talking about some of the words that we can use to show that we like or dislike something.
好，我们先来看看我们可以用哪一些字来表示喜欢或是不喜欢。
If you look on page 28 of your textbook, you can see there are many words that we can use to show like and dislike.
好，在课本的第28页呢，这个地方有一个表格，能够有很多表示喜欢及不喜欢的字词。
Now, these words have been arranged to show the weaker words at the top of the chart and the stronger words at the bottom of the chart.
好，在这个表格的顶端呢，代表的是比较微弱的情绪；那到这个表格的底部呢，则是表达比较强烈的情绪。
All right, let's look at some examples of how to use these words.
好，让我们来看一些使用这些字的例子。
All right, let's start by taking a look at some different kinds of fruits. We have apples, we have some apricots, and we have some grapes.
So, Michael, are these all fruits that you like?
Yeah, I like all these different kinds of fruits.
So, which one do you like the most?
I would say that I like the apricots over here. And so I guess what we can do is we'll put an apricot over there.
Okay. So, which one is your next favorite?
All right, I would say that my next favorite are the grapes. So we'll move the grapes and we'll put them over here.
Okay. So,
This leaves the apple as the least favorite. And why don't we put the apple over there?
okay. 好，老师刚刚提到呢，他最喜欢的水果是这个 apricot， 就是我们的桃子哦。那他接下来第二喜欢的呢是 grapes， 就是我们的葡萄。那第三喜欢的呢是苹果 apple。
All right, so now if we make up sentences about these three different kinds of fruits, we can come up with something like this.
好，那如果我们要根据这三种水果来做个句子的话，我们会得到现在这三个句子。
I can say, I like apples.
好，我喜欢苹果。
I really like grapes.
我很喜欢葡萄。
And I love apricots.
我非常喜欢的是桃子。
So I use the word like with the word apples because it shows like, but it isn't very strong.
好，我们在这边使用 like 这个字来表示喜欢苹果但并不是非常的强烈。
And I like grapes more than I like apples, so I used a stronger phrase in the sentence, I really like grapes.
好，在这边老师说到他虽然他喜欢这个葡萄胜过苹果所以他用的 really like。
And to show even stronger feeling about apricots, I wrote, I love apricots.
好，那在这边老师说他对这个桃子有更强烈的喜欢的情绪，所以他使用 love 这个字。
So Cher, are there any kinds of food that you like to eat?
I like ice cream.
Oh, ice cream. There's so many different flavors of ice cream. So are there any particular favorites that you have?
There are a lot of flavors that I like, such as like a cherry vanilla and rum raisin, mint chocolate chip.
Okay, so we have a number of different flavors there. Do you think you can arrange these in the order of how you like them?
Well, I don't like rum raisin as much as the other two, so I would say I'm fond of rum raisin. And I like cherry vanilla a little bit more. I would say I adore cherry vanilla. And I like mint chocolate chip most, so I would say I'm crazy about mint chocolate chip.
Okay, so now you've seen some things that we like. We can also use the words on page 28 to show different degrees of dislike. So we'll give you some examples.
好，我们也可以利用第28页这个表格呢，来显示我们对不喜欢的东西的情绪哦。那我们来看看以下的例子。
All right, so I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and many people in Cleveland, Ohio, we grew up as big sports fans, and so we really love our hometown teams, such as the Cleveland Indians and Cleveland Browns, but we really dislike the teams of our rivals.
好，我们知道呢 ，Michael 老师呢，他是从克里夫兰来的。那很多在克里夫兰长大的人呢，都对运动非常的着迷哦。那我们热爱我们的家，像他热爱他这个家乡的队伍哦，像是这个克里夫兰的印第安人队，这是棒球队哦。那还有像是克里夫兰的布朗队，这是美式足球的队伍哦。那他们都提到说他们是不喜欢这些敌对的队伍的。Okay, so what are some of the teams that you dislike?
Well, I dislike the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, why do you dislike them?
Well, I used to kind of pity the people who like the Boston Red Sox because the people from Boston used to spend all their time moaning about how they could never beat the Yankees and how they felt cursed. And then they won the World Series and they got very arrogant, and then it just seems like they're too proud now, and so I dislike the Boston Red Sox.
好，老师提到呢，他不喜欢这个波士顿的红袜队哦，是因为波士顿红袜队在他们还没有赢得比赛之前呢，总是在那里不断的在觉得说自己表现的不好，然后赢不了洋基队哦，所以一直都在那里做一些抱怨。那当时老师觉得比较可怜他们一点。那到现在呢，他们自从赢了这个 World Series 之后呢，这个他就开始变得非常的骄傲哦。那所以老师就觉得对 Red Sox 的印象并不好。So, are there any other teams that you dislike?
Yes, there's another team I really dislike, and this will probably make people in Taiwan very angry, but I hate the New York Yankees.
Wow, that's the team which Wang Jianming plays for. So why do you hate the Yankees?
Well, I don't actually have any bad feelings about Wang Jianming. I don't dislike Wang Jianming, but I've always hated the Yankees because people in Cleveland feel like the Yankees are like big bullies. They always have more money than all the other teams. They go out and they buy the best baseball players, and they always then go and beat up the other teams. And so everyone in Cleveland hates the New York Yankees.
好，老师提到说，他不喜欢纽约洋基队哦，并不是因为他对我们台湾人心目中的这个英雄王建民有任何不好的感觉哦，而是因为呢，他们觉得洋基队有点像是一个暴发户一样哦，他们有很多的钱，然后去各个队伍把最好的球员买回来他们的队伍里面，所以对老师来讲，老师并不喜欢洋基队。Okay, so well, that makes sense. And so, is there any other team that you dislike?
Yes, I loathe the Baltimore Ravens.
Why is that?
All right, the Baltimore Ravens were formed by stealing Cleveland's football team and moving them to Baltimore. So people in Cleveland hate the Baltimore Ravens team more than any other team in all of sports.
好，老师提到呢，他最讨厌的队伍呢是这个巴尔的摩乌鸦队哦，这是美式足球的队伍。那他讨厌他的原因是因为呢，巴尔的摩乌鸦队呢，其实在之前曾经就是花钱把这克里夫兰的队伍直接买到巴尔的摩来哦，当做他们自己的队伍，所以对克里夫兰人来讲，这是最讨厌的一个队伍。
All right, and so we have some sentences that show dislike, and these sentences move from weaker dislike to stronger dislike.
好，我们根据刚刚的谈话内容呢，我们可以写出以下的句子，这些句子可以来表达说从轻微的不喜欢到非常强烈的讨厌。
And so our first sentence is, I dislike the Boston Red Sox.
好，第一个句子，我不喜欢波士顿红袜队。
Our next sentence, I hate the New York Yankees.
好，第二个句子，我讨厌纽约洋基队。
And our strongest sentence is, I loathe the Baltimore Ravens.
好，第三个句子，我恨这个巴尔的摩乌鸦队。
All right, let's take a little break now, and when we come back, we will continue to write about some activities that we can do.
好，我们休息一下，待会儿回来我们来讨论一下如何要去描述对于一些活动的喜好。
Okay, we're going to work on our grammar focus section now.
好，我们现在来看一看文法练习的部分。
Earlier, we talked about some likes and dislikes, and we had sentences like this one, I love apricots.
好，刚刚我们在讨论喜欢及不喜欢的字，那我们写出这样子的一个句子 ：I love apricots， 我喜欢桃子。
When we write about an activity, we can also use a noun and write a sentence like this one, I like movies.
好，当我们要描述喜欢或不喜欢的活动的时候呢，我们也可以同样用名词来写出这样的句子，像是 I like movies， 我喜欢电影。
Right, but sometimes when we write about an activity, we want to use a verb instead of a noun. So we can write a sentence like this one, I like to watch movies.
好，但是有时候呢，我们在句子里面会使用动词来描述这个活动。那我们会写出像这样子的句子 ：I like to watch movies。我喜欢看电影。
And so you can see here, this is the infinitive form that we're using after like.
好，那我们可以看到，在 like 后面用 to watch 这样的句型呢，代表的是不定词。
Now we can also express the same idea as a gerund, and we can write a sentence like, I like watching movies.
好，我们同样的可以利用另外一种方式也就是使用动名词的方式来写出一样意思的句子。像这里 ，I like watching movies watching 在这里是动名词。
All right, and so you can see here that when we use a word like, we can use either the infinitive form or the gerund form in a sentence.
好，那我们会发现呢，当我们使用 like 的时候呢，我们可以使用不定词或是动名词。
Right, but this is not true with all the verbs that we have.
好，这并不是对所有的动词都是这样子
And so if we go back to your textbook and you look at the box on page 29, the box on page 29 of your textbook shows you words which use the infinitive form and of an activity and also words which use the gerund form of an activity and which words can use either form.
好，我们来看一下课本第29页这里的表格这里表格有列出来每一个字它能搭配的动词形式。有一些字呢必须要和不定词来做搭配，有一些字则是要和动名词来做搭配那有一些字是两种形式都可以来搭配使用。
Right, so if you look at this box, you can see words like desire, want, and yearn. You can only use the infinitive form after those words.
好，那像第一个栏位这个地方呢，像这三个字 desire、want 跟 yarn 都只能使用 to 加动词这不定词的形式。
Right, and in the middle, there are many words in which you have to use the ing form after you use these verbs.
好，在中间栏位的这个地方呢，列出来这些字都是你必须要使用动名词的才能够搭配的。
And then on the right side, you can see words like like, love, and hate. You can use either the infinitive or the gerund form after these words.
好，最后一个栏位这里呢，这三个动词like, love 跟 hate， 你可以使用不定词，也可以使用动名词来做搭配。
All right, and so let's take a look at some example sentences that we can form.
好，我们来看看可以写出怎么样的例句来。
We can have a sentence like Annie wants to watch a movie.
好，例句一Annie wants to watch the movie. Annie 想要看电影。
All right, another sentence is Annie enjoys watching movies.
好，例句二Annie 喜欢看电影。
And another sentence we can write is Annie detests watching movies.
好，我们下面一个句子我们可以写 Annie 不喜欢看电影。
Right, and so when we look at these sentences, there's a little bit of difference between the infinitive form and the gerund form in these sentences.
好，我们来看看这些例句我们会发现不定词跟动名词的使用上会有一些不同
So now the infinitive form is expressing a desire to do the activity now. So this would mean that Annie wants to go watch a movie now.
好，我们发现呢，不定词表达的是现在就想要去做这个动作的欲望，所以在这个句子里面呢，表达的意思是说 Annie 现在就想要去看电影。
But in the gerund form, the sentence shows a liking for doing an activity in general. So Annie enjoys watching the activity of watching movies, but it doesn't mean that she wants to go watch a movie right now.
好，我们发现呢，动名词表示的是在一般的情况下对这一种活动的一个喜好，所以在 Annie enjoy watching movies 这个句子里面呢，表达的是说 Annie 喜欢看电影这个活动，但是不代表她现在就要去看电影。
All right, now two other verbs that are important when we write about activities are the words go and play.
好，还有另外2个字呢，当我们在描述活动的时候是很重要的，那就是 go 跟 play。
We use go with the ing form of activities, and we use play with the names of sports or games.
好，我们会使用 ing 的这个形式呢，来与动词 go 做搭配哦。那我们则把运动跟游戏的名称与动词 play 做搭配。
And so the chart on page 30 of your textbook lists some of the common activities that can be combined with go and play.
好，在课本的第30页的表格里面呢，它有列出一些可以与 go 跟 play 做搭配的活动。
Right, and so you can see that there are many words here that go with go and many other words that go with play.
好，我们在这个表格里面会发现哦，有这些字呢可以跟 go 做搭配使用，那另外这些活动呢，只是与 play 做搭配使用哦。
Right, and so here are some sample sentences from page 30 of your textbook.
好，以下的这些例句在课本第30页可以看到。
I want to go bowling.
好，我想要去打保龄球。
She wants to play baseball.
他想要打棒球。
And so these two sentences show something that the people want to do now.
好，这2个句子表达的是他们现在想要做的事情。
All right. Next we have they adore going swimming.
好，这个例句哦，他们喜欢去游泳。
Or they can't stand playing football.
好，下一个例句，他们不能忍受玩足球。
And so these two sentences show more of a general feeling.
好，这2个句子表达是一种比较普遍状况下的一种情绪。
And our next sentences are, I love to go shopping.
好，下一个例句哦，我喜欢去购物。
Or I love going shopping.
哦，下一个例句也是一样，我喜欢去购物。
And so what these two sentences are showing is that with love you can use either the infinitive or the gerund form.
好，这2个句子告诉我们呢，用 love 这个字的时候呢，你可以用不定词做搭配，也可以用动名词做搭配。
Okay. So Cher, are there any activities that you like to do?
Well, I love to go biking.
Oh, biking. Is there any place that you go biking in particular?
Yeah, I like to go biking along, riding along the Danshui River.
Oh, okay. What's special about biking around the Danshui River?
Well, the scene there is very beautiful and the air is fresh.
Okay.
So how about you? Do you have, are there any activity that you like?
I like to go swimming.
Really? Why?
I think it's just swimming is something it's a good exercise, but it's also something that's very cool. You always feel like you're not overheating in the water, and I find swimming to be something that's just very peaceful.
好，这里老师提到呢，他喜欢去游泳哦，因为他发现游泳呢是一个很不错的一个运动。你在水里面不会觉得太热，那在这样借由这个游泳的活动，你会觉得渐渐平静下来哦。
All right, we're going to take a little break now, and we'll be back in just a few more moments with more English composition.
好，我们现在休息一下，待会儿再回来。
Now let's go on to the writing model section of our lesson.
好，我们接下来看看写作范例。
All right, let's meet some people in the park, and after we meet them, we're going to write about them.
好，我们接下来看一段短句哦，这是在公园里面遇到的人物哦。那我们看完这段短句之后，我们来看看该如何描述这些遇到的人。
Hi, today we are going to talk to some people about their likes and dislikes. Hello, sir. What is your name?
My name is Chris.
Hello, Chris. Where are you from, Chris?
I'm from Paris.
Wow, Paris. What kinds of things do you like to do, Chris?
I like watching movies and I like to travel.
I see. Those sound like really fun activities. Is there anything else that you really like?
I really like red wine.
Great. Hi, Chris. Could you introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi, my name is Chris. I'm from Paris. I like watching movies, I like to travel, and I really like red wine.
Thank you very much, Chris.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day.
All right, now if we take Chris's information, we can write some simple sentences.
好，如果我们要用句子来描述这个 Chris 呢，我们会有以下的句子。
My name is Chris. I'm from Paris. I like watching movies. I like to travel. And I really like red wine.
好，我的名字是 Chris， 我从巴黎来的。我喜欢看电影，我喜欢去旅行，而且我非常喜欢红酒。
Notice that these sentences all use the simple present tense, and we have 2 sentences that use the word like.
好，请注意到呢，这些句子都使用现在简单式，其中2个句子呢使用到 like 这个字。
The sentence, I like watching movies, uses a gerund after like.
好，那这个句子里面 I like watching movies， 在 like 后面用的是动名词。
And the sentence, I like to travel, uses an infinitive after like.
好，那在下一个句子 I like to travel， 这地方用的是不定词。
Okay, let's meet another person in the park.
好，我们来看看在公园里面遇到的另外一个人。
Hello, sir. Hi.
Hey,
What
hi.
is your name?
My name's Wilson.
Wilson. Where are you from, Wilson?
I'm from Vancouver.
Vancouver. So, what kinds of things do you like to do?
I like to watch TV and I like to play computer games.
Is there anything that you really don't like to do?
Well, I don't like doing the dishes.
I see. Is there anything else that you really don't like to do?
I don't like waiting in lines and I really hate going to the hospital.
I see. Thank you, Wilson.
Yeah, sure.
Now, we could write this simple paragraph about Wilson.
好，我们接下来可以写出以下的简短的一个段落来描述 Wilson。
His name is Wilson.
好，他的名字是 Wilson，
He is from Vancouver.
他是从温哥华来的。
He likes to watch TV and he likes to play computer games, but he doesn't like to do dishes.
他喜欢看电视，他也喜欢玩电脑游戏，但是他不喜欢洗碗。
Wilson also dislikes waiting in lines and he hates going to the hospital.
Wilson 还很讨厌排队，而且他也不喜欢去医院。
So notice that we have what we can call a compound sentence in this paragraph.
好，请注意到呢，在这个段落里面有一些我们所谓的复合句。
This is, he likes to watch TV and he likes to play computer games, but he doesn't like to do the dishes. This is a compound sentence because it takes some simple sentences and combines them together into one longer sentence.
好，这个句子就是我们所谓的复合句哦。复合句的意思呢，就是把几个简单的句子结合在一起，变成一个较长的句子。
So if we break this sentence up into simple sentences, we can get these 3 shorter sentences.
好，如果我们把这个句子呢分开成几个简单的句子哦，我们可以得到以下3个简短的句子。
He likes to watch TV. He likes to play computer games. He doesn't like to do the dishes. Okay, now we can combine these sentences back together with words called coordinating conjunctions.
好，我们可以利用所谓的对等连接词哦，来将句子连接在一起。
There are 7 coordinating conjunctions.
好，英文里面呢有7个所谓的对等连接词哦。
These are and, but, for, nor, or, so, and yet. So each of these conjunctions has a slightly different meaning. The conjunctions help us to show the relationships between the 2 sentences that are being connected.
好，我们在荧幕上面看到列出7个对等连接词哦。那每一个连接词都有一些些微不同的意义。那这些连接词呢，可以用来表明2个被连接的句子之间的关系。
All right, so now let's take 2 sentences. He likes to watch TV and he likes to play computer games. We're going to take these 2 sentences and since they're both about what Wilson likes to do, we'll combine them together with the conjunction and.
好，我们看到有2个关于 Wilson 喜欢做的事情的句子哦，像 he likes to watch TV 跟 he likes to play computer games。那既然这2个东西代表的意思都是他喜欢做的事情，所以我们会用 and 这个对等连接词把这2个句子连接在一起。
So notice that we combine these sentences together by putting a comma at the end of the first sentence and then adding our conjunction and then we add on our second sentence.
好，请注意哦，在第一个句子的最后面呢，我们加上了逗号，然后再加上 and， 最后呢再连接第2个句子。
Now let's add on our last sentence.
好，我们现在把最后一个句子加上去哦。
Right. So we want to add on, he doesn't like to do dishes.
好，我们希望加入的句子是他不喜欢洗碗这个句子。
Now, this sentence is about something that Wilson dislikes, so this information contrasts with the information in the first two sentences. So we're going to use the conjunction but, because but is used to show contrast.
好，那我们刚刚想要加入的这个句子呢 ，He doesn't like to do the dishes， 代表的是 Wilson 不喜欢做的事情哦。那因为这个资讯和前两个喜欢做的事情的资讯是相反的，所以我们要使用对等连接词 but 来表示相反的意义。
And so, in order to make our final sentence, change the period after games into a comma.
好，那我们最后要把它写出来的话呢，首先我们要把 games 后面这个句号改成逗号。
And then we add our conjunction but.
好，然后我们加上这里的连接词 but，
And then we add on our final sentence.
最后我们再把这个最后一个句子加上去。
And notice how we use the infinitive forms to watch, to play, and to do 3 times in these sentences.
好，请注意到哦，我们在这个句子里面使用了3次的不定词哦，像 to watch、to play 跟 to do。
And this is what we call parallel structure. And so this means we're making the 3 activities look similar in terms of grammar when we write them down.
好，这样子的句型呢，在我们文法里面叫做平行结构哦。这样的写法会让这3个动作在文法上看起来是很类似的。
All right, let's go and meet one more person in the park.
好，我们接下来再看另外一段在公园的对话。
Hi, Miss.
Hi.
What is your name?
Oh, my name is Denise.
I see. Denise, let's talk about your weekend plans.
Sure.
What do you want to do on Saturday?
I'm not sure yet. I want to go shopping or I want to go to the beauty salon.
I see. How about your Sunday? Do you have any plans for Sunday?
I want to go out with my friends.
What do you want to do with them?
Well, I want to play tennis or go bowling with my friends on Sunday.
That's great. Thank you, Denise. Have a nice day.
You're welcome.
All right, so now let's take that information that we got from Denise and let's write another simple paragraph about her.
好，我们根据我们刚刚跟这个 Denise 讲话的得到的一些资讯呢，我们可以写出以下的这个段落。
Her name is Denise.
好，她的名字是 Denise。
She wants to go shopping or she wants to go to the beauty salon on Saturday.
好，那在星期六呢，她想要去购物或者是去这个美发沙龙哦。
Right? She wants to play tennis or go bowling on Sunday.
好，那星期天的时候呢，她想要去打网球或是去打保龄球。
Okay, so today, so far, we've learned about how you can write about some of the activities you're interested in doing. We also learned a little bit about writing compound sentences.
好，我们今天呢，我们学到呢，你要如何描述你喜欢或不喜欢的事情。那我们也学到了一点点关于写出这个复合句子的方式。
And so what you should do now is for your homework, you should go back to the chapter and review the material in unit number 3. Make sure you do the grammar exercises and the writing analysis exercise.
好，那我们这个礼拜的回家作业呢，首先你当然必须要把课本的这个内容看完，那要确定说你有做完了所有的文法练习以及写作练习。
Right, so now after you've done reviewing the material in the unit, what you should do is you should write a simple little paragraph about yourself.
好，那当你已经复习完整个课文之后呢，接下来你要做的事情就是写一篇关于自己的简短叙述。
And so when you're writing about yourself, you can write something about your background. You can also write about things that you like or you dislike to do.
好，那你在写的时候呢，你可以先描述一下你的背景，那再来也要描述一下你喜欢或不喜欢的事情。
You also might write about something that you want to do in the upcoming weekend.
哦，那你也可以描述一下你在接下来的这个周末呢，想要做些什么事。
All right, this is all the time we have today. Thanks for joining us this week for English Composition.
好，那今天我们就到此结束哦，谢谢你今天的加入哦，下礼拜再见。
Bye-bye.